today is the day. Today's the day. I'm in my car. I'm ready to go to the location. I am about to begin my first ever solo created all women's yoga and wellness retreat here in Byron Bay, and I am so excited and nervous and anxious and just overwhelmed in like a good way that I get to do this and call it a job. I am incredibly grateful for being able to create these containers, and at the same time I'm so nervous, not because I think that anything's going to go wrong, because I don't. I trust that everything will be exactly the way that it's supposed to be, but because I've just put so much love and time and effort and energy into creating this and doing it myself fully from beginning to end. It just means so much more. So much more. So I've got a full car full of goodie bags and wellness things, like products for all the girls, a couple of my favorite wellness products, which I'm going to be gifting them. So I'm going to get to the retreat space a little bit earlier than the others will, and yeah, like set up their goodie bags in their room, I've got an aloe yoga mat for each of them. I'll set that up in the studio, in the shower, and yeah, hopefully take a little bit of behind the scenes vlog stuff for you. However, I don't often have time at all for myself on retreats, like when I'm facilitating, which I don't mind. It just is really hard to remember to get vlog content. I have, however, hired a photographer and videographer for this retreat. Her name's Alex. I'm 99.99999% sure she is the most angelic, amazing human, and really good at what she does. So I haven't worked with it before. I'm just going out on a limb and trusting it, and it felt really good having another woman in on that, considering it is an all women's yoga retreat rather than having a man. And not that I have anything against men, it's just there's something super powerful and beautiful when women come together. We truly become unstoppable. And that was the intention and the energy behind creating this container anyway, so it felt good to stick with that. And she'll hopefully be able to help me get a little bit of content here and there as well. It's always nice to have a photographer on retreats so that myself and the girls, or the guests, whoever's there, can feel like they can put away their phones and their cameras if they want to, and trust that those special moments will still be captured. So yeah, I'm already running late. I gotta go. But that's what I'm up to. So this is Ziggy. He likes to hump my leg. Don't you, buddy? Yes, you do. Cheeky little bugger. This is one of the rooms. I'm just putting all the gift bags on all the beds. So this is one of the larger rooms. This is actually where I stayed last time. So this is like weirdly familiar. So there's 3 larger rooms, and they each have like big bathtubs and beautiful decks and whatnot. There's 3 buildings as well, and each of them has their own pool. So this one is called the house. The next one across, the main one, is called the villa. And then on the other side we have the loft, which is a little bit smaller. But I also want to show you around the whole location, so we'll figure this out. So like I said, this is one of the bigger rooms up the top in the loft, in the house. And then we'll go downstairs, and there is a little 2-bedroom or shared bedroom down here. So this is the pool in the house. They all have their own kitchen as well, dining table, lounge room. They can start a fire if they want. There's a teepee all the way down there. I don't know if you can see that. That's where the shower is. And oh, they got some laundry going on, but there's a shared bathroom down here with a really cool bath. And then this opens straight out, the shower opens straight out to the pool, which I just think is so cool. And then we go, so this is one of the rooms. Sorry about the washing machine noise. So beautiful. I have a feeling this is by far going to be the most time-consuming part of the entire process. we're running out of time. Alistair is lovely and has the most beautiful eyes in the whole world. He's like he's not like the groundskeeper, it's like the manager of the place here. And so he like lives on site and he's just absolutely beautiful. So he's given me like the full rundown, show around again, even though I've done a retreat here before, just because I forgot last time. And then he got in the buggy, because I have 3 of these huge boxes filled with yoga mats, and these are so heavy. You have no idea. Like, I did not expect them to be that heavy. So my job now is to unpack and unroll, what, 17, 18 yoga mats? And we don't have much time, so I gotta hurry up. And I still don't actually know what I'm teaching tonight yet, but I trust it. Even if I don't have time to figure that out, that's a-okay, because that's kind of how I teach normally anyway, which is something that surprises a lot of people, I think, or I find. For whatever reason, on the teacher training that I just did last week, I did my bar teacher training, which is really exciting, and it was so much fun. It was so fun. I love learning. Like, I love doing things that I'm not good at naturally. Yeah, I realized that that is definitely the way I teach, is like not knowing what I'm going to teach and reading the room and having the ability to change it halfway through and stuff. Just feels really good for me, rather than trying to remember a certain choreography or class, I guess. Anyway, I'm just talking gibberish right now. I'll get back to this. This is the shala. I'll show you the shala. And the teepee down here with the fire pit, of course. And this is what the front of the shala looks like. Beautiful. So freaking beautiful. Spacious and luxury. We got Zig down here. This is like the view. So there's this big walkway. That is a little massage parlor. This is a big pond down here. There's like a little sandy patch over there. There's turtles in there. It's all very special. Hey Zig. And these are the Aloe Warrior yoga mats that I got for all the girls. They're all in that same neutral tone, which I love, and I think is going to look so beautiful in the space. So this one is called the Villa. It's the biggest one. And this is like where the caterers will be cooking. Big table, outdoor table as well. Huge, beautiful fireplace. Pool area. Alistair's just got the wind blower out. I'll show you downstairs first and then head upstairs. That one's my favorite bedroom, I think. There's a little TV room. This one's got 3 in it, a 3-bedroom. Big, beautiful bathroom. Shower, vanity, bath. And then down, ooh, I like these rugs hanging up. This one's the pink room. There's a mirror. And then outside, a little chill zone. Another chill zone. There's some alpacas. And then this is the loft, but I'll show you upstairs here first. I love these tiles. And then up here is my favorite bedroom. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So there's a huge walk-in wardrobe in here. This bathroom and bathtub setup I am here for. And then a huge balcony overlooking that main pool. That is the view we're all here for. Okay, here we go across to the loft, nice and quickly because some of the girls have arrived. So this is the 3rd pool. This one's a lot more secluded than the others, which I love. There is a bathtub over here. That is a freestanding bathtub. What? So this one again has its own kitchen, living room, dining. 2 in this room that goes out there. They got a bathtub, big vanity, and the shower is outside or inside. Take your pick. And then we'll go upstairs. Sorry about rushing. I feel like I'm running out of breath. But I want to show you around before the girls get here, but they are here, so I gotta be quick. And then there's 2 upstairs as well. Super exciting. That one's got a little bit of a space. All right, let's do this. Let's go say hi. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna stop you a couple of times throughout and I'll meet you back here. We can ground down and I'll explain what was going on. Cool. Okay, so that was kind of like an overview of the space. Not in great detail, and I apologize majorly for the terrible filming skills. I will get better at those. For now, you have to put up with this. But yeah, that's the space. It's called Blue Green Sanctuary. That's a tongue twister, or my tongue's just twisted, either way. And it is by far one of the most beautiful places, I want to say, possibly ever, but I am also biased because I love Byron so much. But yeah, it's just the perfect space to host or facilitate a retreat like this. It's a beautiful way to bring so many women from all kinds of walks of life and all different countries even, and nationalities together in one place, and to understand and to empathize and to really connect with each other in ways that we don't often allow ourselves to do. And I find that that's something that as a woman I really truly deeply treasure and love and honor. So yeah, retreats in general are really special to me, and this one, being all women, was amazing. So after I showed you around on the vlog, what I didn't record and what you didn't see was that people started arriving and I very quickly kind of was all over the shop. I felt scattered, trying to do everything myself this retreat as well. So like organizing, I didn't make the website myself, I hired someone to create the website, but allocating rooming, making sure that everyone was there, trying to stay on top of the chat in case anyone like missed their flight, or which happened, or just couldn't get there because the way that they thought that they were going to get there didn't pan out. So that's all to be expected. And I knew that because I've done retreats in the past. So I became very unpresent in regards to being able to vlog, and we got everyone in eventually. There was one last woman who got there a little bit later than everyone else, but she was just so stoked that she finally got there, and as were we, to have her there and be a part of it with us. Yeah, so we got there and we started with a welcome circle, understanding everyone's energy, what they're there for, their intentions. I created the container, so we set out some like house rules, I guess you could say, as in literally where everything is. We did a walk around the site so everyone understood where they were and could get their bearings, as well as just, yeah, like being on time, respecting yourself, respecting others, non-negotiables ultimately in regards to self-care and respecting and honoring other people as well, even in regards to like time. And then we all got together and we flowed. So the space, the studio, like the Shala, is just so freaking stunning, and the afternoon light, it's just like full golden glowy. Oh, I wish I could just like bottle that light up and then like carry it with me everywhere, and every time I felt even a little bit sad, I would just like pop open a little bit and take a look and be like, ah, and then my soul would just relax. So we did yoga, we had dinner, and yeah, we did a secret angel draw as well, which is like a fun little thing that it pretty much just means that everyone you pick a name out of a hat, and everyone has to make sure that you don't have your own name, and then that person, you like shower them with gifts and little love notes and compliments and things like that throughout the week, kind of like a white Santa, so without anyone knowing, or without that person knowing that it was you. So you can even send messages to go and like, oh, can you go and give this person a flower, or I know you're good at singing, can you go sing this person a song because I'm their secret angel. And then at the very end, on the last night by the fire pit, we did the reveals, and it was a lot of fun. Dinner, and then we went over for a sound healing. So sound healing is, oh my god, so relaxing. Like so relaxing. everyone had like eye masks, and we were laying down in the shala. There was like echoing around in the studio in the shala. We all had like cozy blankets, and it was beautiful, like so beautiful. So we had Wabi Sabi Wellness come in, and that's her Instagram handle. It's actually Brienne, but yeah, she came in, and I've done 2 or 3 retreats now with her doing the sound baths, and there's a good reason why I keep getting her back, because it is so like zen. So I'll show you some clips of that. So by the end of sound healing, we were all exhausted. Everyone kind of went to bed. Some people hung around in the living room, the main living room, and had tea and talked a little bit, but eventually everyone passed out. And then the next morning, it was an early morning, so we had the same schedule every day. 7 a.m. was like mindful morning time. 7:30 was when we all met in the shala for our morning yoga practice. And these, by the way, I just want to point out, like, the yoga that I teach on retreats is for absolutely everybody. It doesn't matter how advanced or complete newbie you might be to yoga or to any kind of embodiment practice. This is where you can come to learn more and explore. And I think that's a really good word for it. Like, we're just exploring the realm of yoga and movement and embodiment with curiosity and playfulness and kindness, more importantly. So the way I teach is really adaptable. So whether you are a complete newbie to yoga and you've never even stepped foot into a yoga studio or onto a mat before, I got you. Even if you're an advanced practitioner, I got you. Even if you're a teacher yourself, I got you. And I think I don't want that to like scare anyone off from coming on to one of my retreats, because they really are beautiful, gentle practices. And then as we go through the retreat, I start to invite options for progression and or, yeah, like taking an advanced posture or trying an advanced posture. Even if you don't feel like you're quite there yet, we like go through, because it's kind of like stacking. Think of it as like building up. So here's the foundation, everyone can do that. And then I invite options for the people who would like to take them. And in saying that, as someone who's probably considered an advanced practitioner myself, I so often hear what the teacher says and I go, that's beautiful, but it's not for me right now. And that is such a more advanced practice, I found, than allowing the ego to take over and to go into a pose or a position that doesn't honor and feel good for your body in that day. So wherever you are in that spectrum, you're safe if you come on one of my retreats, and I promise you, I got you. I got you. You can just stay in Shavasana for an hour and a half if you want on any of my classes. I really don't mind. If anything, I'd probably be inspired by that. Anyway, so the next morning we woke up, we did our practice, and then we had breakfast, and I'll show you a little bit of that and then what we got up to afterwards. So the intention here is just to find those spaces of tension and use the breath and gentle touch to ease it. Say cheese, girls. Cheese. Hi! We're burning!
Yeah, simplify your time in the kitchen, spend more time getting good ingredients, getting to know your farmers, getting to know good quality food. Yeah.
Damn, Tash and Tom. That looks so good. Okay, so second day, I just pretty much fully blanked on recording. Okay, that's a lie. I blanked on recording for pretty much the rest of the retreat, or all the retreat, but I did get a couple of little snippets here and there. Definitely not enough to be able to convey to you the deep emotional, like soulful aspect of the practices and the experiences that we were doing. But each day had a different theme. So the first day was arrival, the second day was surrender, and the third day was playfulness, or joy like playfulness, like a child. And then the fourth day was rise, I think. So like going off and departing and taking the tools that we learned throughout the retreat with us out into the rest of the world. So yeah, I really pretty much forgot to film everything on the second day and the third day, but the intention was there. That's all that matters. We did a beautiful self-massage as well. So one thing that I gifted all the girls was this big goodie bag on their beds when they first got in, and it was full of so many beautiful little yeah, like wellness pieces and bits and bobs from brands and companies and organizations that I really love. So I had like bamboo eye masks for them to sleep in that we also did a blindfolded yoga practice in. 5-minute journals, in case you've never heard of those. They're just beautiful ways to start your day and to end your day with intention and presence and gratitude. What else we have? Bala, ankle weights, and some booty bands. So we all got in and did a booty and, well, actually a full body workout. It was pretty long on the second day, and it hurt so bad. Like my butt was still hurting for so long afterwards. That's how you know you had a good workout. What else? We had a Hey Harper necklace. So this one that I'm wearing here. Beautiful. It's one of my favorites. It's like a go-to snake chain kind of thing. Or I think it's called a snake chain. That's what I would call it. But it's like fully waterproof and sweatproof. So all the girls were wearing those pretty much the whole time because I never take mine off, to be honest. I don't need to. I can surf in it, I can sleep in it, all that jazz. So that one's from Hey Harper. We had an aloe warrior yoga mat for all the girls. So they're in like this pretty pinky blushy color. And we had Eye of Horus gifted all the girls one of their goddess mascaras and the 7-seed sacred oil, which was super beautiful. So we all did a face massage with the oil, like smelling it and allowing ourselves to feel and to give ourselves some self-pleasure, which a lot of us don't often do. And so we took a good probably 20-25 minutes of self-massage, and it was amazing. Yeah, there was a whole other bunch of things in there. Hemp seeds, so all the girls can go and add hemp seeds to their meals and smoothies and on tops of salads and stir fries and everything like that when they go home, because the caterers there were so inspiring. Like all the girls leaving, we were like, one, I don't want to leave because having someone cook my food for me and clean up after me is beautiful. Why would I ever want to go back to doing that myself? And secondly, because we all learned a lot more about nutrition and what was really important in regards to being able to sustainably and maintainably eat better for ourselves and for the planet around us. So that was really cool. We had Burberry Whole Foods do the catering, and they're just the coolest couple. It was originally just Tash and Tom, they're a couple, and now they've brought in a friend of theirs as well. Yeah, so that was beautiful to have them around and to hear their stories and just, yeah, know that all the food that we were eating was just infused with so much freaking love. Like, so much goddamn love. I love it. I love it. Okay, this is a horrible view, I apologize, but today's day 3 of the retreat. I'm already exhausted. We've been going pretty full on for the past 2 days, and doing everything by myself for the first time is empowering, and it's beautiful, and I'm learning bits and pieces along the way, which is always good for reference for next time. But it is a lot. It is a lot of work pre-retreat, and then I knew it would be a lot of work or demanding in the retreat as well, just because you're required to be the facilitator, like emotional support, and a lot of times people's, you know, like the physical therapist side of yoga like working with specific people through injuries and whatnot, or if they're like, hey, this pose feels weird in my body, can we talk it through? And I'd be like, of course we can. And then running around and trying to figure out like everyone's timings for the tarot card readings, and it's fun, it's very fun, but I notice that I get home at night and I'm just like, whoa, like that's a lot, especially for an introvert. So I love being in these spaces and I love creating those new connections, but it's just a lot more draining for an introvert to be that social. So I enjoy it, it's just, it takes a toll on me, and I feel like, yeah, I'm ready to sleep an entire day, maybe 2 or 3 entire days non-stop as soon as the retreat finishes. But we have today and we have tomorrow. Today we're connecting to our inner sense of joy and playfulness and to our inner children, so it's going to be really fun. I've got a big box of art supplies in the back, and like this big like unrolly like paper stuff, parchment paper, I guess, I don't really know what it's called, but it's like a big roll of it. So I'm going to unroll it on the lawn, and thank God the sun is out. I really hope it stays out. I should probably check the forecast. And yeah, and we're just gonna like, yeah, get our, no, I forgot my paint cloth. No, I remembered overalls last time, and then I put out a like old shirt to remember to pack, and I forgot. It's alright, I guess I'm wearing white too, so probably the worst color possible, but it's okay, you know, it's okay. Other people probably don't have pink clothes either. Maybe we can just all do it nudie, I don't know. Yeah, so play, joy, fun, expression, creativity. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I'm not staying on site. I'm like 10 minutes away, hence why I just started filming when I left, and I'm pretty much always almost there, so I kind of gotta skedaddle. Yeah, it's going really well, really well, and I pray and I hope that all the girls are having just as much fun as I am, because it is really just such a beautiful experience to be in these containers with such powerful and just like kind-hearted and like-minded women. It truly is such an honor. So yeah, I feel really lucky to be able to host these spaces, to facilitate and create these places for women to come together and create these sorts of connections, not just with each other but with themselves as well, because a lot of the time, yeah, that's almost like the hardest hurdle for people, is accepting or admitting that they deserve the kindness and the love that they so selflessly give out to other people. And I find that especially in women's spaces, or when retreats are filled with only women, that tends to be like a common thread, or something that's echoed back to me a lot, is that not many women feel like they're worthy and deserving of goodness, of a loving, stable, healthy relationship, of abundance in their life, of owning their own business if that's a goal of theirs and whatnot. It's really sad, and I just want to like, I wish women could see themselves the way that I see them and the way that we see each other. We don't look at another woman and discriminate against her or tell her that she's incapable of doing anything. We see the light, we see the potential, and we see so much strength and courage and resilience and determination and discipline, and that's not what we see in ourselves. And I know that from experience, because showing up on these retreats in the way that I am, initially I'm put on a pedestal, and I hope that by the end of a retreat I'm able to, yeah, let the girls know that I'm not any different. There's nothing special about me, or there's nothing more special about me than there is about any single one of us. And this is, in these spaces, I learn just as much as I teach, if not more, way more, way more. I take that back, way more. Because yeah, we're all just doing the best that we can. And I have trouble accepting that I am even worthy of facilitating and hosting these spaces. And then when I am in them and I'm doing that and I'm doing the work, I'm in service and I'm on purpose, I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. How dare I take that away from other people being able to experience this same sense of magic? Because that's what I'm doing. That's when I'm allowing my doubt and my fears. Ultimately, fear's a big one for me that I'm working through. I'm allowing my fears to get in the way of other people having that experience. Because if I got in my own way and I was like, no, I can't do this, I'm incapable, I'm unworthy, like, who am I to show up and create a retreat like that? If I was to have that mentality, which I do, but if I allowed it to limit me and to stop me or inhibit me, then I take away that from all of these women. I take away this beauty and the friendships and the love and the laughter and the kindness that just like continues to blossom throughout this experience. And after having this experience, I'm like, how dare I? Like, what would ever go through my head to take this away from women? That it's like one of the most powerful and important and potent experiences, I feel like. It's our true selves just showing up raw and just being like, this is who I am, this is my vulnerability, this is what I'm struggling with, these are my superpowers. Like, it's all encompassing and it's so beautiful. And I'm in love with every single woman on this retreat, and I'm learning so much more deeply to love and accept myself through doing this. So I am incredibly grateful this morning for that. And I have a feeling it's going to be a really beautiful day. I know I haven't been bringing you guys along for everything. It's so hard to facilitate and remember to like just organize everyone at the right times that have already been scheduled, let alone all the extra micro things. And I just really want to be present for each of the guests on retreats. And so I find that this kind of lacks. So my intention, like pretty much every retreat, is to try get a little bit better at that. And it never seems to work out because if I'm honest with myself, it's a dream to be able to be as present so that I can like film and do stories and facilitate, but it's just a little bit much. So hopefully we'll see what the photographer and the videographer gets in terms of content landscape, because landscapes for like YouTube and website, and then portrait is for Instagram and whatnot. So we'll see how things go, and hopefully there's a little bit of extra content for you that I can put into this vlog so that you have a better understanding of it. Because I would love for everyone to experience a retreat like this, regardless of where you are in the world, and even if you can't be there and be part of it, just to get a sense even, or like a little taste or a glimpse of, yeah, the kind of experience and beauty that it is. Alright, so I am here now. I'm sorry I've spoken to you for 10 minutes. Whoa! But I'm gonna get in there and go set up the shala. I love you! Day 3 was our playfulness, right? This was where we tapped into our inner child. This is where we played games, like literally played games, and we painted out on the lawn. We like rolled these huge like canvasy paper things out on the lawn, and then just like spread paints out all over the place. And we invited people to, I say we, we're all part of it. I invited people to start drawing or painting their river of life, which might not make sense in the context, but I can assure you that it made total sense, and everyone's paintings were so beautiful and so different. It's crazy the way that one phrase or suggestion can mean something totally, like completely radically different to so many different people. It's really cool to see the way that people interpret things and the ways that their mind work. I love that, like from a psychological perspective. Oh, I love it. And then, yeah, it was just like a lot of games and playfulness, especially after the night before we did the Satya circle, which can be a little bit, not depressing. Depressing's definitely not the right word, but it can be a little bit heavy because it's a place of profound vulnerability and authenticity and truthfulness. That is what Satya means, truthfulness, and healing. It's yeah, it's really beautiful to hear some girls, some of the women who decided to open up and share some of those really tender, raw parts about themselves that they either, one, haven't even admitted to themselves, two, they may never admit it out loud to anyone, and yeah, three, just to feel so safe and held and seen and loved and appreciated and adored and honored and respected by these people who just, you know, 2-3 days earlier were complete strangers, to now for them to feel like family. That's just indescribable. It's impalpable. It really truly is just otherworldly. And so Satya circles are always one of my favorite parts of retreats. We passed around a little talking crystal, and we have rules set up so that when someone's holding the crystal, they're the only person that talks until they feel like they're complete, and then they say, I feel complete. They pass it along, and everyone else says, thank you for sharing. And yeah, it's the little things that make a huge impact, I think, a lot of the time. Let's just have a moment of appreciation for this land. Oh my gosh. And this is in the shade. You just wait till the sunlight comes through in the evenings on that pond. So beautiful. So this is our taro teepee. This is our little boardwalk. The foot forward. On the inhale, crescent lunge. The back knee is lifted. The back toe is tucked under. The arms are rising high to the sky. Palms facing in. Be okay with wobbling. You don't have your sense of sight, remember? Well, obviously you remember. Fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Palms together at prayer above the head. Exhale, sink back into your warrior two. Looking over the front fingertip. Two more. Inhale, straight. Be my model. Okay. Strut, 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 strut. Yes, but yes, here we come. Go boo. It's your birthday. It's not really your birthday, but that doesn't matter.
So similar to yesterday morning, but we've got some gluten-free chai spiced oats up the top here. Ooh. And then we've got fresh boiled eggs with just a chili, parsley with a little bit of chili. Yum. And oil on top. Yeah.
Okay, so the game that you're seeing here is a really funny game that was just intended to lighten the mood, allow people to connect and tap into that inner child. A lot of the time, or some of the time, we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to do that. So this is a really playful, beautiful experience for everyone, because it's so much fun. I have been looking forward to this.
So exciting. Yay. I only take cards that jump out, so sometimes that right now it's just there's a bit of instability happening here. And then again, you're gonna get every single cycle of the moon.
Oh, the sun looks so nice though. This is so cute. Photo shoot, mermaid on a rock. Just say H2O, just add water.
Different exotic and strange fruits and vegetables to play with, and it's so nice because it's just so, Tiger's so close, it's such a small scale farm, and each week we just have to kind of figure out something.
So this day was a lot lighter. Everyone who hadn't already had their tarot cards read was doing their tarot cards. We were hanging out by the pool, the sun came out, it was very joyous and playful and lighthearted, and yeah, just a lot of beautiful memories being created. That is a happy looking palette.
It is
my God.
Colourful.
Oh my God, that's so detailed and beautiful. And then our last night came. So our last night we had a fire pit and we were doing a releasing ceremony. It was also a full moon, so it was really beautiful. We all like howled at the moon by the fireplace for a while. It was really cool. I also invited earlier on everyone to write a little love note or a letter of appreciation and gratitude and yeah, whatever felt right from their heart to their partner. And then yeah, so they were writing love notes to each other, and then by the fire I asked them to read it to each other. Wow, blah, blah, blah. After I'd invited them or asked them to do that, I then got them to read their own letter, the other person to read their own letter back to them and change their name and some of the scenarios. And this was intended because sometimes or a lot of the time we find it hard, especially as women, to receive compliments, I find. At least I do personally. And so being able to recognize those beautiful traits that we appreciate and adore and love and honor in other people, we need to have those ourselves. Like otherwise we're completely incapable of witnessing those things and recognizing them. And so hearing those same words back to us that we so easily and selflessly dish out to other people can be kind of confronting and or a little bit funny because of the name changes and the scenarios and things like that. So some people were like, oh my God, that's so sweet and so hard to hear. And other people were like laughing their heads off because it was just too funny the way that they'd originally written it. Anyway, so the fire pit was a good laugh. We did the secret angel reveal by the fire pit, and yeah, and then we all just hung around for a while before going to bed. That fire.
We built this city on rock and roll. Yes.
It's day 4 and final. It was a 4-day retreat, or it is a 4-day retreat. I'm just heading over in the morning. That light is so bright, holy dooly. I'm heading over for our morning practice. We've just got a beautiful vinyasa. I think I know what I'm going to teach. The way that I teach, I don't often know ahead of time, or I'll have like a main idea of the flow or a specific pose perhaps that I want to incorporate, and then I kind of just create everything else around that. And I just read the room, and so it changes depending on who's there and what the energy levels are of everyone and whatnot. So yeah, we'll do a vinyasa flow, like a really juicy, slow one. And then I'm bringing them into a Ho'oponopono meditation, which is one of my personal favorites. And it's been a really beautiful and powerful tool and technique and practice for me personally in my own healing journey. But also, it's a really heart-opening, softening experience. And so in the past when I've taught this, it has on occasion made a lot of people cry and teary in a good way. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful and powerful. So we'll be teaching that, and then we'll try get a group photo if the weather permits. We'll see what the go is. It might storm. And then breakfast and checkout already. A bunch of the girls want to go over to Social Remedy, which is where I've been going for the cold plunges and saunas. So that could be really fun afterwards for whoever's like available and keen to go, where yeah, we might head over to Social Remedy and get everyone doing some plunging. Eee, that's exciting. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna drive. You're probably sick of hearing my voice by now, so I'm gonna leave you. Love you and leave you. Mwah! Oh my goodness. Hey, it fully matches your outfit, the smoothie.
Oh yeah,
exact same colour.
Really exactly the same. It's a cute outfit. It is.
And then on the last day, it was the last day. And it was sad. So we did 7:30 a.m. yoga. I teached a Ho'oponopono guided meditation afterwards, which not everyone, but almost everyone was crying, and it was such a heartwarming space to be in. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite practices, and I think I'm going to invite it on all the retreats that I teach from now on, because I know how important that is, almost on like a soul or heart level, to experience that. Ding, sorry. My brother's emailing me or texting me. So then we had our last breakfast and we all said goodbye, and that was it. Like, what? 4 days just completely flew by as quickly as anything. And about, I don't know, 6 of us, 7 of us could go then, who like weren't needing to go straight back home. We decided to continue the party and we kept hanging out. So we actually went to Social Remedy, which is a local place in Byron in the industrial estate, where I've been going for cold plunges and saunas. So it's like the recovery space upstairs. So good. So think like ice baths, but there's no ice, but they're cold enough. So they're at varying degrees and temperatures. And so they could be like, you know, 1-2 degrees up to like 11-12 degrees. And you pick your poison, you choose one. A lot of the girls, actually I don't think anyone who came had ever done one before. So it was fun, like a fun practice for me to guide them through it as well. So that is in summation a little bit about what we kind of do and experience on the retreats. Like I said, this does not do it justice, especially anything of, yeah, like substance and meaning and passion. Like this is a way just for you to see, like get a glimpse of a couple of the things that we do, but there is absolutely no way to accurately convey exactly what kind of transition and experience you will or would potentially go through on one of these retreats, because one, it's so different for everyone, and two, you just can't, like it's the intangible, and that's the really powerful, potent part of retreats, I think. Yeah, so thanks for being here and being a part of it. I'll let you know now about a couple of more retreats that we have coming up for the rest of the year. So both of them my partner and I are doing together. So my partner is a transcendental breathwork facilitator, and we've been hosting retreats around the world as we've been traveling together over the past year, like now going into our 2nd year. So we have 2 more this year. We have one in Greece. I'm so excited for Greece. I've done a retreat at this space before. It's on Kufanisia Island. It's this beautiful, quaint, tiny little island that is stunning, like absolutely stunning. So I know the space and the Shala. It's a really, really beautiful place overlooking like this beautiful turquoise blue bay, and we can go down to the beach and probably do some practices there, which would be really fun. And yeah, there's something about adding in the breathwork element that is really, 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 really powerful. There will be one day on the retreats that I do with Bear that we pretty much just like go deep into breathwork and discussions and questions about it. So it'll be like I think like 3 or 4 hours where we like sitting down and talking about it first. So he'll take you through everything to make sure that you feel really comfortable with it and you understand exactly what's going to happen. You know how to bring yourself out of any kind of state if you don't want to be there, if it makes you feel uncomfortable or a little bit fearful, knowing that you're also always safe. And yeah, like you're fully in control. So we go through all that. And then there's another retreat that we're doing in November. So the Greece one is July 22nd until 27th. Very exciting. So I think that's what, 5 nights, 6 days. And then we have another one in November at the end of the year in Peru. So we did one last November in Peru, and as soon as we were there, like we hadn't even taught the classes yet, hosted the retreat yet, and we booked in for this year again, because the space, oh my God, it will take your breath away. Just being in the end, like the mountains around you, they're snow-capped, they're huge, they're so beautiful. Just the energy of the land and the owners of the retreat space are otherworldly. Like they are actual angels here on earth. I love them so much. And so I'm really excited to get back there and to do that all over again as well. We're actually adding in an extra day to that retreat. So that retreat in Peru, November 18th until 25th, is going to be 7 days, 6 nights. So we've actually added in an extra day to that one just to make it really long and worthwhile. Like that one's more of a process. And yeah, we just felt like it was really important to add on that extra day so that we can all go to Machu Picchu. We're going to Machu Picchu. So come with us if you would like to, if either of those feel like they're calling to you or you're curious about learning more. They're both in the link in my Instagram bio, and or chuck me a comment here. I'll get back to them if and when I can, or send myself or my partner a DM about it, and we are more than happy to answer any queries or questions that you have. And if you feel good and you would like that, we're also more than happy to jump on a call and do a face-to-face to make sure that you really feel confident and safe in doing something like that. Because one, we know it's a big investment. Like, retreats themselves aren't ever cheap. I don't think I've ever been or seen a retreat that people are like, whoa, that's cheap. Because there is so much jam-packed into them, and there's so much from our end as the facilitators and the organizers, like overheads and activities and food and caterers and just everything that goes overlooked. But I absolutely assure you that, if you are willing and ready to commit, these can be one of the most profound experiences of your life. Like, retreats just, this is something else entirely. Anyway, so feel free to send us a question or anything like that, and thanks for being here. I hope this wasn't too long. I love you.